Our grandfather served as a Marine. His name was Ira Lockhart. He helped. You know, we didn't really know him much, but the little time we did know him, you know, he taught us manners and respect. He taught us, you know, how to be young men at a young age, how to respect our elders, and I think that shaped us now into who we are. I just think, you know, him being in the service, it taught us how to be young men at a young age, and I think it stuck with us.
Our brother, Zachary Pravat, he patrolled as a policeman over in Guam, and he really taught us how to grow up and really be who we are and be respectful and know our manners, know when to say stuff and know when not to say stuff. And he'd always be big on saying, yes sir, yes ma'am, no sir, no ma'am, because over there, you know, it changed him and really changed me and my brother growing up. It really changed us in how we do things.
We'd like to thank all of our men and women serving for our country. They're putting their lives on the line for us, and so we live every day because of that, and we thank each and every one of them from the bottom of our hearts.
My great-grandfather served in World War II, and he was a paratrooper, and he actually was he went onto the beach after D-Day, and so he saw a lot in that, and he showed me, in the time that I knew him, he passed away, he showed me how much to enjoy life and how easy it is to lose a life, and he really instilled that humbleness in me. And my grandfather served in the Army and during peacetime, but the Army showed him how to have excellent time management along with other qualities, and he passed those. I know him very well, and he passed those qualities down to me and showed me how to have great time management. So I want to say thank you to all the servicemen and women, and we wouldn't be this country we are today without you guys, so appreciate you guys.
My Uncle Donnie, he was Marines. He served in the around 70s and the 80s, and he taught me to always be a fighter. Fight for what you earn, basically. I guess that's why I still play baseball, fight for what I earn. To all military, thank you for your service, for watching over our country for us. Very deeply appreciated.
My dad's Ryan McLeod. He was an officer in West Palm Beach. He served there for like 5 years. He learned a lot of values, and he shows me a lot of them, like how some people grow up in like bad places, but their parents show them bad habits and stuff, and they just pick up on it, and they sometimes don't know any better. And I think all the servicemen and women that serve our country.
My grandfather, his name was served in the military. His name was Robert Allen. He was stationed in Germany for a couple of years, and then in Fort Benning, Georgia. My grandfather taught me about hard work, and just instilled a lot of values in me that I still keep today. Like working hard and just doing the best that I can in everything. Thank you, men and women that serve for our country. Thank you for all you do and continue to do.
My dad, Jake Green, he's a sergeant at the sheriff's office here in town. He puts a lot into it. He has shift work, and it's hard for him at times to, you know, have to constantly be switching from day shift to night shift. And not only does he do that, he also does a side job on the side. So he's doing all he can to, you know, provide for his family. Something he's learned in the service is just to appreciate what he has, because, you know, he sees the worst of people. He sees the worst side of the county and the town, and he has to deal with it and try to pick people up. And it teaches him to kind of appreciate, you know, what he has and how blessed he is, because some people, you know, they don't have as much as we do. My uncle Wade Cato, he's a firefighter here in town. He loves his job. He adores it. He went to school for it, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and since then he just hasn't looked back. I actually haven't talked to him a whole lot about it, but, you know, firemen in general, they risk their lives for people, and that's something that people take for granted a lot of times. When you look at people that like police officers or firemen, you don't really see them as heroes, but really that's what they are, because they put their lives on the line for, you know, regular people in everyday lives. I just want to thank all the servicemen and women who around the world who do everything they can to keep us safe, because most of them are volunteers and they don't have to do that, and they do it for us. And it's really it's warming to know that you have people out there watching over us when you've done nothing to deserve it. So I'd like to thank them for all they do.
My brother Jared Moran was in the Army, 11 Bravo, out of Fort Benning. He served 2 years. I feel like to serve in the military is the most honorable, selfless act that anybody can do to basically wake up every day and provide freedom for millions of other people to go about their lives. It's just it's a thankless job that we can never do enough to thank them, and I just really appreciate all the people that serve for this great nation. On a daily basis, my brother he goes above and beyond to make sure that everyone else is in a better situation than they were before he met them. And I really think that that is a great trait that he learned, basically to find someone, lift them up, and then bring it to their attention and let them be thankful for that. I just want to thank all the men and women that served for our country, and God bless.
I had one of my first cousins was in the military right after the 9/11 attack. He decided that he wanted to serve the United States, and he went into the military as a tank driver. He was an operator and marksman for the Bradley tanks, which are the biggest tanks that the military has. I think one of the things I learned just from seeing how the military changed him is not to take for granted what our military men and women do for us, and the effects that war has on them. Also, my grandfather was a sheriff's deputy, police chief, and serviceman for over 30 years, I think. From him, the thing I think I get the most from him is just all the stories he has, whether they're kind of gory or bad stories. They're just kind of something that has shaped my memory of my grandfather, because he's always had all these different stories to teach us or tell us about. I want to say thank you to them, thank you to my friends that have joined the military. Blake Royal, who's a guy in the Live Oak community who served, and we just want y'all to know that we appreciate you in a time where it's hard to get people to jump on board with our servicemen and women of all types.
My father, Steve Bruce, served in the Army and the Marines for 15 years. He was in during the Vietnam War. His last job that he served as was a scout platoon leader. He graduated #1 in his class during boot camp, and some of the big things that my dad taught me from his time in the military is stuff that I use every day with coaching. It's time management, being able to not waste in time, to be able to use your time for the best that you can during the time that you have it, because you got to be able to put a lot into a day. And some of the values that he's taught me, is just to respect life, because it doesn't last long, and there's a lot of things in life that we get to have every day that other people in different countries don't get to have, that we fought for, and we've been able to have the freedom that we have. And I want to thank all the men and women that served out there to be able to let us have the freedoms that we do have, and thank you for everything you do, because I think sometimes we take it for granted, some of the things that y'all did for us, so thank you.
I served from 1993 through 2004, actually, first part of 2004 in the Army and Army National Guard. As a part of the Army National Guard in 2003, I went to Iraq, Operation Iraqi Freedom, from March 2003 until November of 2003, where I was stationed at Balad Army Airfield, doing all kinds of missions and things of that nature over there. The military taught me a lot about responsibility, discipline, teamwork, integrity, pride, and honor. And all of those things relay onto the baseball field as well. Just want to say a big thank you, and how much we're appreciative of our armed forces and military members that are serving currently and in the past, as well as law enforcement. We couldn't do what we're doing here today without you guys, and you're always in our thoughts and prayers. We appreciate you guys.